place game is between the Cobb Broxton Lady Mustangs and the Lookeba Sickles Lady Panthers. And now your starters, starting with the visiting team, the Lookeba Sickles Lady Panthers. A junior number 11, Bradley Stocking. A junior number 12, Aubrey Geisler. A senior number 15, Ellie Willard. A sophomore number 23, Aspen Courtney. And a senior number 25, Matthew Barger. Looking to the Lady Panthers coached by Lance Scales. And now for your home team, the Cobb Broxton Lady Mustangs. A senior number 1, Zoe Brown. A sophomore number 3, Talia Semmelhorn. A junior number 13, Madison Savage. A sophomore number 14, Brenna Davis. And a junior number 15, Megan Reck. The Cobb Broxton Lady Mustangs is coached by Jen Rogers and Kelsey Shepard.
Go Blue!
Like I predicted, will be the tip-off. The 2 o'clock game will start at 2:30. Hopefully, we will reset after the boys' third-place game. That game starts at approximately 3:15. Normally, I'm going to say 3:50, 3:55 probably. And then afterwards, we will reset the gym for a little bit. 6 o'clock tip-off for Surreal Mountain View Godebo girls. And then Apache Fort Cobb Broxton boys for the championship game at approximately 7:20. You're watching Prep Nation TV coverage of the 2024 Caddo County Basketball Tournament presented by CK Energy. This is your girls' third place consolation game. And immediately with the score.
Number 12.
Early 3-0 lead for the Lady Panthers. Like to thank our coverage sponsor for today's live stream and video highlights for Fort Cobb Broxton Mustangs, Ouachita Valley Bank, and for the Lookeba Sickles Panthers, Legacy Bank. Both teams battling and jockeying for position in the paint has led to a couple of collisions. It'll be Fort Cobb Broxton Mustang ball. Inbound kick, and here come the Lady Mustangs. And scores. So both teams get the jitters out of their nerves and score their first buckets. It is a 3-2 lead for Lookeba Sickles. They started the game with a three-point shot. Cross-court pass. Geisler is setting the ball up for Willard. Pass is just off the mark a little bit over in the corner that draws out House. And it'll be number 15, Ellie Willard, going to the bucket. We'll reset the play. Top of the key, Aubrey Gessler with the ball. She once again goes double pass. Jump shot is off the mark. Rebound. The ball hustler on the field, no doubt about it. Aubrey Geisler, number 12. Ball is reset again with Willard, and she'll point, looking to set up a dial. They're going to go ahead and do a front door cut if they can't get, there it is right there. And then it'll be a backdoor slice and pulls open the defense. 6-2 early on the strength of 2 3-point field goals for the Panthers. I think a lot of people were probably surprised that Lookeba was not in the championship game. However, Mountain View Godibo, they are legit, folks. Undefeated, only team in the tournament, and they are looking to prove to Surreal in the championship game tonight that the first game that they won was not a fluke. The only loss on the season for the Surreal Lady Pirates. So that should be a really, really good game. Head coach for the Lookeba Sickles Panthers, Mr. Lance Scales, son of the legendary head coach Daryl Scales. And nice post-up rebound by the Panthers. So early on, cold shooting for the Mustangs. Not many second shot opportunities. And another three. And I believe that is her second one of the game. Maddie Barker, number 25, hitting 2 of the 3 3-pointers in back-to-back fashion for a 9-2 lead. And potential three-point play.
Number 25, Maddie Barker. Number 26, number 4, Williams. And number 20, Kimberly Watt.
And the Mustangs convert a much-needed three-point play. Travel call. Mustangs on a 3-0 run, looking to improve and cut the deficit further. And they post up. And make it a 5-0 run for Fort Cobb Broxton. In and out. Panthers started the game on fire. We not only could have had a walk or a travel call, but also a jump ball.
For the Panthers, number 1 from Pittsburgh. And number 24, Broxton.
For Cobb Broxton now with possession of the ball, an opportunity to potentially tie the game or take the lead here. Jump shot up. No good.
Checking in for the Lady Panthers, number 2, Henry Sparkman. For the Lady Mustangs, 25, Taken Bellamy.
Lady Mustangs slow it down. Try to post up. Paint pass shot is no good. Rebound rejected by the backboard.
Number 11, Bryce Duffy.
Foul.
Sometimes it's easy for some of the referees, I think, to fall back into the pattern of the old rule. It is now 5 fouls a quarter that reset each quarter, automatically triggers 2 for 2 free throw shooting rather than 6, and hitting a bonus through the halves that led to 1-and-1s. Now it is 5 fouls and automatically 2 free throws, regardless if it's contact or shooting. And I've seen it a couple of times where I think the referees forget and have to be reminded. For Cobb Broxton can't make them pay. It's a 9-7 ball game here early on. And another 3. Shaney with a much-needed shot for the Lady Panthers. They've been really cold. And bam, just like that, a 5-0 run the exact opposite way makes it now a 7-point lead. And boom. So the Mustangs snap the Panthers' 5-0 run. $50 seconds to go in the first quarter. This is your 2024 Caddo County Girls third place consolation championship. And she just hasn't get the foot set. Travels with the wrong pivot. And it'll be a turnover Panthers. Mustangs will have the ball with 41 plus seconds to go. Really tight defense. Could have been a foul call, but they let it go. Kicks it back out, top of the key. Jump shot is off the mark. No good. Panthers try to crash the boards, end up getting their feet tied, I think, between each other. I believe it was number 15 for the Mustangs and number 11 for the Panthers. "25 seconds remains here in the first quarter. Lookeba Sickles 14, Fort Cobb Broxton 9. And should be an automatic backcourt violation, and it is. 12 seconds remain, so now Fort Cobb Broxton could potentially get the last shot off of the quarter. "14-9 for one."
13. Second half game for the Lady Panthers, 23. Starting second quarter. Basketball. Jump ball. Possession. From.
Misses the shot, goes in behind, puts it back up again. No good on both accounts. So the team's trade misses, and we will head right back down the floor for Fort Cobb. They need to get back in the game. They trail by 5. Travel will stop that opportunity.
14. That's Stafford. Next for the Sickles, 8-12. Good. And number 25. Shane Gardner. That's checking in group 10. No, that's there. Football. Question.
So the jump ball this time favors the Panthers. They'll get another crack at extending their lead, trying to put it back up at 7. Stolen and stolen back, so we'll call that a restolen or a regained possession ball. Back to a 7-point lead. 5:50 and change remain. Back-to-back games, the Mustangs are struggling to find their offensive rhythm. Could have been a walk call, that is for sure, but they let it go. Gets the rebound, hustles up, crosses midcourt, 5:29 remains. Jump shot is good, and boy, that's a dagger. 10-point lead, largest of the game for the Lady Panthers. Brown with the ball. I have wanted to catch number 10 at any point in the game doing something significant because of just the fact that her last name is Funmaker. I mean, so I'm putting in the karma request, or at least the ESP vibe out here. Number 10, Fort Cobb Broxton, make some kind of amazing play. Make it a fun maker. Rebound, Savage. Free for all for the ball. Lookeba will regain possession. Jump shot is just off the mark. The rebound and putback, though, is not. So Geisler misses the jumper, and Maddie Barger kills him with the putback just under the bucket and then rips it loose. We may have another foul call. That is not what I requested. I didn't want Funmaker to get called for a foul. I wanted her to do some kind of a 4 or 5 point play or a backflip and dunk the ball, something along those lines. Panthers just turn it over. That one was very close. Number 3 was going for it and wisely pulled back. Panthers are going to have to keep doing what works until it doesn't, and the Mustangs are going to have to find something that will work that hasn't. Rebound Panthers. Three-point shot is good. Gisler, the junior for the Panthers, just on absolute fire today. Panthers looking every bit the part of the team that might have been the co-favorite along with Cyril to get to the championship game. However, like I said earlier, when Mount Bugodibo was undefeated and they've beaten Cyril, they're no longer just considered, well, they're one of those teams that hasn't played a good schedule or they haven't played anybody difficult or they've played smaller teams. It's hard to play smaller teams when you are the smaller team. And so when a Class B team is undefeated, they're usually really good. Because it's a given that they have probably had to play BA, 2A, maybe even higher. There we go. Isolate it, read it, shoot, and it's off the mark. Crashes the board momentarily. But Savage originally had it. And you got to hustle up on that one. That's bad. That's a lack of effort on that one. You just got to take a half step and cut off that lane and force her to bump into you and not give up that uncontested layup. 17-point lead now for Lookeba, their largest of the game. Mustangs really struggling to get a shot off now. Coast to coast, fouls her. Had to put her at the free throw line to shoot two. Miss Aspen Courtney, the sophomore extraordinaire.
Number 3.
Third place game, likewise. Both teams had their shots yesterday to make the championship game. But Cyril loses a first quarter lead and can't get back in the second half against Fort Cobb Broxton. Bingeroni falls behind early against Apache and just couldn't catch up to him. And so that'll be a good boys game coming up at the conclusion of this game. There will be 3 more games on tap. We have video up on all of the live streams and the video highlights. The only asterisk with that is it is a half a game today for the first Cement and Gracemont girls game. I'm not ashamed to admit I overslept, and it took me an hour and 10 minutes to get here, so I did get here as quickly as I could. However, I didn't make it until halftime. So my apologies to the Cement and Gracemont fans that wanted to see the first half of the game. However, I did do my best to get as many good highlights for the second half as possible. Anything black and white under video or live means it's on demand, so you can watch that for up to 4 years. I also store them in A to Z playlists, so if you shuffle over to the right side, you'll be able to play your favorite content for your team A to Z by searching. Most recent video will be on top. One of the reasons why we store with YouTube, not doing it long term, but we have done it initially, the ability to store content. They've actually allowed us to have stuff up for 4 and sometimes 5 years. And then it just kind of purges intermittently. Every now and then we just lose some clips. Around the first week of January, I lost about 300 clips, which it was like, but we've still got 3,000 of them up, more than anybody else in the state combined. I guarantee you that. Jump ball is the call. Possession will favor Lookeba. At halftime, we're going to charge the mic a little extra, so you won't hear me for about half of the third quarter. That is purposely being done so that we do not have any annoying mic malfunctions or sounds when the battery gets low, cracking, static, hissing, muffling, and then like a little warp thing that it does where it takes the words and garbles them. So we're doing our best to keep it always charged as best as we can. And so each game it's required to do a little bit of a pause.
Number 15, Ellie Willard.
Like to once again thank our coverage sponsors for today's live stream and video highlights, for the Lookeba Sickles Lady Panthers Legacy Bank, and for the Fort Cobb Broxton Mustangs Ouachita Valley Bank. And the Mustangs turn it over. 42 seconds remain. Head coach Jana Rogers is probably going to have a lot to say in the locker room during half. It has not been the best game for Fort Cobb Broxton. Part of that is you playing the number 2 team in the state. The other part of it is the fact that they've just had an off day. Really not getting good shots, opportunities for second shots, haven't blocked out well at all. And every time that they've been able to score, it's led to another tear by Lookeba that they just rattled off some more scores. So a really nice three-pointer to really boost the morale of the team, get them to double digits where they can start hopefully trying to claw away at this lead. 29-12 will be your halftime score. So just a reminder, you won't hear from me for about a half a quarter here while we charge the battery. Your score at halftime, 29-12, Lookeba Sickles over Fort Cobb Broxton. You're watching the 2024 Caddo County Basketball Tournament presented by CK Energy.
Start second half. Lady Mustang basketball.
Give me money though. Hey! Carry on, too. Shoot the ball, number one. Number one, shoot that ball.
Maddie Parker for 3. Lady Mustangs. Number 1, Zoe Brown. At the line shooting 2, Aubrey Gizwood. Sickles. Number 11, Riley Stockton. Shooting 2 for Lady Mustangs, Madison Savage. Ashton Courtney for Burton. Fouls on Lady Panthers. Number 11, Riley Stocking. Checking in for Lady Panthers, number 20, Kesley Locke. And number 1, Stone Pitcher. With 3:39 remaining third quarter. Thirty-second timeout, Lady Panthers.
Lookeba Sickles here in the third quarter. The Panthers are on cruise control to wrapping up the third place consolation championship and doing their best to absolutely make a point that even though they lost yesterday's matchup against highly ranked Mountain View Godibo, that they are not going anywhere for a potential state tournament. I would be shocked if both Godibo and Lookeba are not among your final 4 or final 2 teams, depending upon how they're seeded and paired. But they look especially deep, very efficient, good ball movement, a lot of hustle, rebounders, second shot opportunities are at just a premium with the girls, the way they hustle up the balls there. And I think each team, even if they don't make it all the way to the state finals undefeated, I don't think it's going to really hurt Mountain View Godibo to lose a game or even a couple. For seeding purposes, all that really matters is what you do in your district tournament, and then obviously you want to stay on the winners brackets on the right side of losses the rest of the tournament through regionals and areas. But having said all of that, I think these are definitely going to be two of your top four teams. I think we will see Cyril definitely in a state quarterfinal or semifinal game. I think Fort Cobb Broxton girls have the talent. It's just whether or not they have the experience to be able to get back in deep to state. But right now, the way that they are playing, you would definitely have to say that it does not look like it's probable. But it certainly is possible to be able to right some of these wrongs and get the season back on track. I've said for years basketball has three distinct seasons. The one before the school break for the holidays for Christmas, usually what you have left from football season and or starting the season, and then your invitational play, and then it's the playoffs. I've seen teams dominate two-thirds of the side of that equation and roll into the tournament soft, injured, lackadaisical, overconfident, or not prepared, and just get bounced. And I've seen teams that have immensely struggled throughout the regular season get hot at the right time and roll into the playoffs with just, how does this team have this many losses? To the hoop, misses the shot. Kind of been a microcosm of the day so far for the Lady Mustangs. Opportunities there, just can't maximize or take advantage of them, and not enough opportunities to catch Lookeba and cut into their lead. It is a 20-point deficit for the Mustangs. Panthers on cruise control. They're controlling the game clock, shots, touches, opportunities, even on the post-up play there. Wow, that was a foul. So the Mustangs dodge a bullet on that one. Potential clock on the jump ball is going to favor Fort Cobb on this one unless it's a foul. And it is. Score it. Mustangs needed that shot in the worst way possible. And the travel. Kind of a way to judge a team is not only who they beat, but sometimes who they lose to. Lookeba, there are two losses on the season. Number 3, Cyril. Number 5, Mountain View Gotebo. But after that result, you've got to switch Mountain View Gotebo higher than number 5. It's a quality wins, though, on this roster. They've beaten, Calumet. They've beaten Carnegie. Victory over Navajo. Victory over Amber Pocasset, even though losing a couple of key players there for the Lady Panthers have been difficult for them as well. And a victory over Binger that was just a massive landslide. I think the game that really kind of defines right now Lookeba where they're at is the win over Apache, and then this bounce back win over for Cobb Broxton. Mount View Codyville on the flip side, 4-point winners versus Surreal early in the year, 40-36. So that will be a fascinating game to watch. They've now got 2 top 4 wins in Class B and A over Lookeba Sickles and Surreal. Double that with victories over Bingeroni and Asher. And there is some real reason to believe that this Mountain View Codyville team can make a real push towards state.
Charlotte Porter, heading to the state basketball.
Go.
And the fourth and final quarter officially underway. Didn't last long before our first whistle. Literally the end of the quarter, and then 7 minutes into the new quarter, another timeout. Oh, sweet baby Jesus. So who will rule the roost in Class B? I have every conceivable idea. Dover is almost universally considered number one this year, 18-0. They got 58 votes in the coaches and admin / administrators OSSAA set of rankings. Lomega, your traditional powerhouse, that's a duh. At number 2, 18-1, and then Hammond 15-4 may be a little overrated this year based upon just the records for Lookeba Sickles and Mountain View Goatybo. I would expect MVB at least to jump to number 3 or 4 based upon the head-to-head win. Those are your top 5 teams in girls Class B. Fort Cobb Broxton unable to crack the top 20 so far, so they will continue to be kind of on the outside looking in and have to play the role of spoiler. And it's no shocker that the top-rated team in the state of basketball in Oklahoma for Class A is once again the Seedling Lady Wildcats, followed by the Caddo Lady Bruins and then Surreal. Right move, wrong shot. Put back is good. Well, if that's not the coup de grace, I don't know what would be. It is really going to be tough now for Fort Cobb to psychologically stay inside this game.
Fouls on Lady Panthers. Number 12 on Andre Cooper. Checking in for Lady Panthers, 24. Megan was standing. Was this third picture made in the revelation? 30-second timeout.
So another time call, 7:53, and then now at 6:26. Not sure really what the purpose of these timeouts are. There's no real Evans swing in the game. Nobody got injured. There's not a massive thing to correct other than probably look at getting the reserves in to get them some opportunities. And nails another three.
At the 20.
I don't know where you're going to find the reprieve. I think if it were me personally, I would make the first move and I'd put my substitutes in first, trigger that for the other team, and then let them get in a little bit of action here. And another timeout called. So just about every minute we're averaging a timeout. The precipice of this is we've gone from being 22 down to 19 down, and I'm not sure exactly what point the timeouts are serving other than just delaying the game and getting us even farther behind. But nonetheless, that is the call, and it is 5:46 remaining in the fourth quarter. Lookeba Sickles will be your third place consolation winner. And the beautiful move in the paint. That's exactly how you shift the pivot foot so you don't travel, but then get in that turn, and she just put it in there soft.
Number 23 has been Courtney. You can call Lady Mustang in the bottom. Pick and set. And checking in from Lady Panthers, number 11, Robinson. Has been Courtney. Renee Sickles. Becky Sickles. And then for the Lady Panthers, number 20, Henry Rock. And for the Pickup Wrestling, number 24, Jordan Henry. Number 3, Blair Sickles. And number 10, 12, Haley Wood.
2:37 remains. Jump shot outside the key is no good. Rebound, Lady Mustangs. They have just been hit every direction by this highly rated squad from Lookeba. Nice little cut move to the bucket and scores.
Taylor Little. 'Checking in for the Lady Panthers, number 4, Rachel Lee. Checking in for the Lady Panthers, number 1, Sterling Dixon. And for the Lady Mustangs, number 25, Abby Springer. Checking in for the Lady Panthers, number 1, Mackenzie McMillan. And the Lady Panthers, number 1, Stormy Pictures. Madison 7.
And that'll do it. Your final score. Lookeba Sickles 51-32 for Cobb Broxton Mustang Girls. Next game up will be Binger Surreal Boys for third place consolation. Please stay tuned.
And at center court, and Dark Athletic Director Kent Jackson to present the 2024 CK Energy Kettle County Basketball Tournament's third place team to the Lookeba Sickles Lady Panthers. Congratulations to both teams.